What's happening, YouTube? Anthony on Power Rangers Lost the Galaxy fan film with another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review for you. And so today we are once again doing SPD with my review on the SPD Green Ranger Bridge Carson, the buttery dude, basically. And well, so now I've almost halfway got the entire core group of B Squad to go, so that leaves now Sky. And I don't know if there's any possibility I'll do SPD Omega somehow, even though he's already far too little too late to get for me now, even though he was, for some reason, an Amazon exclusive when he could have been, you know, available everywhere else too, you know. So, bridge. Yeah, I know, sorry. Calling back to the perspective episode when, so I have SPD Green, who basically would eventually be a Blue Ranger, which we never got to see. And then, since I got Bridge as the Green Ranger and got a head for him, we have him as SPD Red, if you want to think about Operation Overdrive's once a Ranger. Well, until I get Dino Thunder Yellow later, I do have Mighty Morphin Black, SPD Red. Wait until I get Dino Thunder Yellow, but I kind of wish they could have did a Mystic Force Green and Ninja Storm Blue, and we could have gotten once a Ranger, if only if Hasbro did Ninja Storm and Mystic Force, you know, figures in the Lightning collection. But since SPD and Dino Thunder were the only, and RPM again, were the only prominent figures they did in the Lightning collection, Disney era Power Rangers related, yeah, it kind of sucks that you Disney era kids are getting that crap under the stick, that your seasons barely got any love for worth a damn from Hasbro, and it sucks. But I've had an SPD Green Ranger figure before, but this is, you know, 20 years earlier from Bandai. But Hasbro, when they did their rendition of it, I figured, okay, let me do this, because I did had SPD figures before, like I said in the yellow review, yellow SPD review, that I have had SPD Ranger figures before, but I didn't have a lot of their toys, because at the time when SPD came out, I was now a, you know, fucking teenager, and I was in middle school, and I had to hide my personal fandom for Power Rangers from those I went to school with back in the 2000s. And again, it was 20 damn years ago, but again, from a personal perspective. But now here I am 20 years later, and I got a new SPD Green Ranger, you know, toy of sorts. And so without further ado, I know if I had some toast while eating and doing this review, kind of like Bridge, because he loves having, you know, butter on that damn toast. I mean, okay, so the front of the packaging of all of his accessories, including a head and, you know, lightning effect piece for the gun, then a back render of how he looks. So you better grab some buttery toast for this review, because SPD emergency. I apologize for taking a little long at the time of this portion of the recording. So here's SPD Green out of his you know, with all his accessories and everything out of the package. So let's go over those accessories. You got a lightning effect piece that you can put on the tip of the gun, you know, his baton gun rifle thing. You can just stick it right in there, just like that. And even for the longer piece, which is kind of like a long sniper rifle, streamlined for SPD. So you have that effect, you know, where it just sticks into the tip of the compartment to make that little Delta sniper thing for the Green Ranger. So there's that piece. And speaking of, you got the shorter version and the long version of a sniper, Delta sniper. So you got those pieces. And even though it was kind of difficult trying to keep it in the grip of that the gun grip, so that's probably another problem. And even when I was before recording, I struggled to get the thing into the port of the thing, make it look like you got the shorter version of the gun, and especially as a little long sniper gun for the Green Ranger too. So that was something I was having some difficulty with, because I was like, I've watched the show and I've seen SPD plenty of times, and I should know how this should be done. I don't know, because, you know, due to the fact, again, haven't rewatched any of the older seasons of Power Rangers in a while, last again since 2022. You got those pieces. We'll go over the figure a little bit momentarily. He only comes with 2 additional hands, interchangeable. One for the Morpher, and then also a little Karate Chop hand. We haven't had these Karate Chop hands in a while for these Rangers. I mean, again, since Mighty Morphin had it. And you have the Delta Morpher. Now, the Delta Morpher is fairly about right, but when I looked over SPD Yellow's Morpher, it felt a little inaccurate. But again, I'm not going to complain, but this is how the Morpher is supposed to look. If you can take a glimpse of that Delta Morpher. So you got the Delta Morpher right for him. And then as for Bridges' civilian head, well, it does slightly in some areas look like his actor Matt Austin, but sometimes it makes it look like somebody else, looking like some pissed off frat boy or something. I don't know. What's up with that face? As for SPD Green, good figure, like the shade of green as usual, but you can't really get a good glimpse of the SPD badge on the chest of the suit because it looks faintly small, but it's supposed to, I guess. And then the badge is missing some black around that the side of the the side badge of the suit. So I don't know what's with that. But there is some silver missing on the top badge of the helmet. So that's a but then again, they were not perfect with it. I do like how they did the SPD Green Ranger for this figure, but though like SPD Yellow, his joints are pretty stiff too, so that's another problem I have going with this figure. And also this figure, even with this hand with this finger up like this, it's like Bridge is flipping us off. How dare you, Bridge? Not too bad, but it's just there are some problems I do have with my SPD Green. Even when I was trying to flex the elbow, there looks like there's some chipped paint or some chipped plastic onto the joint here a little bit. Yeah, somewhere around like right here. I don't know what's up with that. Even when they was, I think this is probably only like with my SPD Green Ranger. I'm not sure with everybody else, but that problem is there, and that is a little consistent with the sculpting and QC. So with that being said, time to take a look at his articulation, and then we are done. Head, we turn his head around. I don't think you can turn, do it up and down, tilt his head up and down, but it also looks like something chipped on the neck area. Not really. Then butterfly joints. The butterfly joints is kind of hard on this one, but I think if you play around with the joints a little bit, you can get that tightness out. Just spread them arms a little bit just to flex out the elbow joints, the butterfly joints. Abdomen crunch is, I didn't even do Yellow's abdomen crunch, but whatever. But abdomen crunch on Green, just gotta, get that stiffness out, and then make sure it's not problematic. Then you have raising the arms up, elbow crunch. Elbow crunch on this one was pretty hard, but I got the hold of it on this one, on this arm. And then elbow crunch on this, but again, due to some chipped paint or chipped plastic on the sculpt. So you got elbow crunch, but it's just, I'm trying to get it, but I'm about to break this. Okay. Then you have, the knee crunch. The knee crunch is a little hard on this one. Like, when I had the other SPD Rangers, their knee crunches and elbow crunches weren't this hard. Why, Bridge? Why you got such stiff, joints? I don't get it. I mean, you were before the windowless packaged Rangers that they did in the collection. Then the knee crunch on this leg. No, knee crunch on this one is fine, but this one I'm having some problems with this one. Ankle pivot is good on both feet on him, so that's it. So therefore SPD Green is okay. I mean, I do like the figure. He's still one of my favorite Green Rangers, but I just hate the way how they did the stiffness on his legs and arms and everything. But then again, he's still an alright, he's still an okay figure, but it's just, I just don't like how Hasbro made it so hard and stiff. I mean, maybe this is just on me, I guess. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new review, whether it be Power Rangers, Transformers, Marvel, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and the like, and I'll see you guys next video.